And thank you, thank you. I want to, talk about the program, and I want to talk about your businesses. So, um, I, for each of us today, because it's a very intimate group. Thanks, Michaela. Um, I, we have a function, and it's called, when you make a presentation, it's being very EEC, efficient, effective, and compelling. So we teach this as part of the curriculum with Goldman Sachs 10KSB. So the people that are here, Michaela and Provincia, I believe, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I would like to have your name, one thing you would like to share about yourself, your business and its location or locations, how you heard about 10KSB, and what you hope to get out of this session. So Michaela was the first in the pipeline today. She was in the waiting room. So Michaela, let's keep this EEC, 30 seconds. Go for it. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Michaela Graff. One thing about me is that I'm the oldest of 6 siblings. So I find myself to be very good with other people, working with them, talking to them, etc. I currently work for Pritzker Law Group, which is the city of Philadelphia's only certified women-owned small business full-service real estate firm. We heard about the 10K Small Business Initiative through an email advertisement. I think it was the PIDC's newsletter, maybe. So I'm here on behalf of Ms. Rachel Pritzker, our CEO, just to get more information. And what I hope to get out of this session is all of the requirements or knowledge that I would need to hopefully get our firm involved and see how this could benefit us and the community. And we are solely based in Philadelphia at the moment, but we practice in Philadelphia, the suburban counties, and a little bit in New Jersey as well.
All right. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you very much. Thank you. Florencia, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, yes. I don't know if you
Brilliant.
guys can...
You sound like $1,000,000. Let's see it. EEC, 30 seconds. Go through this about yourself, your name, business, how you heard about us, and what you hope to get out of the session.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Florencia Fusidor Rene. I'm a mother of 3 teenagers. I have 2 businesses. One is an online business, small business, and the other one is event planning. And I just celebrate 10 years that I've been doing event planning for 10 years. And that is it's not money, but yeah, I'm very proud to say 10 years that I've been doing this business in and out. And yesterday, I was very sad and down, and I said, let me go online to see what I can search. There gotta be help out there to help small business owners. And I work at the VA. So I work at the VA hospital, which I love my job, but then also I'm a business owner, which I want my business next year, well, in a couple months from now, to make money. And I need classes, I need training, and I even invite some of my friends into this class. I don't see them yet. And hopefully with this class, it will help me elevate my business. And I'm willing to learn from everybody in this panel today.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you both. I think there's somebody else there, but I think it's another person that works with Pritzker, and who it doesn't want to reveal themselves. That's okay, but we're going to try to have as much fun as we can today to talk about business and how we help grow and make businesses more dynamic. Again, we just a quick agenda here. Introductions. We're going to have a complete overview of the program. Talk about our participants, the program's impact on a small business, what this selection criteria happens to be. I think, Michaela, you asked about that. Go in a little bit of a small dive into the curriculum, what the outcome would be, what the expectations are with the program, some success stories and how to apply, and then some Q&A. So our program is not a business education program. Our program is a business growth education program. And I know it sounds a little cute, there's a distinction without a difference, but there is a difference. We are about entrepreneurial education. where your business, the one that you own, is part of the curriculum. It is a it's a practical business education program, business growth education program, where what you learn in the classroom, you can immediately apply to your business. There's peer-based learning opportunities where you can bounce ideas off of your fellow scholars in the program and drink deeply from their experience. You have the potential for increased access to capital. You have access to our faculty experts that we fly from all over around the country to be able to speak with you and learn and teach. You have a 5-year business growth plan at the end of the program with metrics that the business owner wants to achieve, with the Goldman Sachs stamp on it, which brings a level of cachet and its ability to be able to open doors to potential capitalization. And finally, the ability to liaise with the National Alumni Program, which is a very civilized amenity to our program here in Philadelphia that can spread the reach of your business well outside the Delaware Valley. Our program is all over the country. It's in 18 other sites, total 19 sites throughout the country. All 50 states and territories are represented. And I know, Marla, I keep saying this and I always forget this. I got to change this slide. We are well above 12,000 graduates. I always forget to do it. We're at least 18,000. So, but 10,000 small businesses is a better sounding title than like 18,450. So, maybe we'll change it when we get to 20,000. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The overview. When you're in the program, you're back to school. This is a program that provides 100 in-classroom hours of business growth education. The potential that when you complete this program, being able to have support through a local CDFI, community development financial institutions like the PIDC, who want to support the business ecosystem of Philadelphia. And our graduates have that opportunity. Our scholars have that opportunity. And again, we're very grateful for that relationship we have with PIDC, because it uplifts the entire community with businesses that create more opportunity, more jobs for all the Philadelphians and potentially outside of the greater Philadelphia area. We have business support services where your business can have technical assistance through partnerships with our affinity groups that can help support and grow and make your business more dynamic. It's all about revenue growth and job creation. That's what this is about. Our participants, this is another slide I got to change. We're at 50% women. Women make up half of the scholar population now. Our ages range from from ages 22, somebody fresh out of college, all the way up to 84 years of age. We have a beautiful spectrum of entrepreneurs with education levels that range from high school, GED, to terminal degrees in business and in other fields. The impact of our program is absolutely empirical. 66% of all the businesses that enter or go through our program increase their revenue within the first 6 months. That's well above the national average for the program. And 47% have to hire new people within 6 months of graduating to accommodate that business growth. And that's well above the national average for the program. And I'll go into details about the program and what the challenges of it are. And there is some challenges. Our program is an intense program. It takes time and energy and commitment to benefit. But even with those challenges, that time commitment, that energy, the people that are selected into this program, 97% of them complete the program. I'm very confident that your businesses have an excellent opportunity to complete and graduate this program. The criteria to get into the program, you have to be the owner or the co-owner of a business. You have to be in operation for at least 2 years. You have to have annual revenues of at least $75,000 a year or more in one of the last 2 fiscal years. Now, let me talk about that. The average business in our program is between $800,000 to $1.2 million a year. So if I'm doing my job right, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, there's a cohort of about 30 to 36 people, scholars in the program. 1/3 of them will be in that range of a business that generates between 800,000 to 1.2 million. Another third will be 1.2 up to 10, if not potentially more. But again, we'll talk about that in a second. And there's going to be businesses that are sole proprietorships, smaller businesses, more intimate family-run businesses that are going to be less than 800,000. That might be, you know, $200,000, $300,000 a year. We lowered the revenue threshold for this because of the monstrous specter that COVID had on business growth during those years. So at one point, I want to talk about if your program has the bandwidth for this, your business, excuse me, has the bandwidth for it. Because if you're a little on the smaller side, maybe another program like Power Up may be more along the lines of what you're looking for, but we can talk about that. We can talk about that. And most importantly, well, you have to have at least 2 employees. The owner counts as one, you know, and you have to have the desire and the wish to grow and create jobs. That's what it's about. That helps uplift an entire community, is job and opportunities those jobs create. Now, for you to apply to my program, you got to get on my website, 10KSB Apply. I'll put it in the chat in a second. I need to know about your business. I need to know the company information, your customers, your competitors, the challenges that your businesses have. I need to know who you are, your background, know what your vision and motivation is for being an entrepreneur. It helps us with the vetting process to see if a business, if a scholar has a, should be, an entrepreneur could be one of the scholars for our program. And you have to acknowledge the expectations of the program. And again, I noticed in my mantra, a little further into the presentation, I can talk about what those expectations are. And I need to have documents, supporting materials and financial documents, so I know that your business is your business and you are you. So I will need profit and loss statements, balance sheets for the last couple of years. I can put that in the chat and send that to you, email it to you if you like. About the curriculum, I spoke earlier about business growth education. This slide represents the curriculum ladder. And each week of the program, now I'm currently recruiting for the spring cohort that begins in January, I think January 17th. And it seems like it's a while off, but that will creep up on you before you know it. You start getting into the holidays and shopping and all that. And now all of a sudden, oh my God, I got to start this program. So the deadline for application for my program is the 10th of October. So you still have an opportunity to put your foot in the door to apply. And when you apply to the program and you hopefully get into the program, you become a scholar for the program. And this is the curriculum ladder that you're going to climb during the spring cohort. And each week you will learn one critically important element of business growth education. We call these rungs of the ladder mods. So there is a mod that teaches and identifies growth and opportunities, how to utilize people or human resources, making your business more bankable, marketing and selling, which is critically important. My personal favorite, and it's not the most sexiest of them all, but it's critically important for a business, is process, operations, and procedures. To be able to produce a consistent product or service with repeatable, teachable processes allows you to magnify what your business does exponentially and grow your business. Financial statement workshops, each week you will learn these elements, which lends itself to a point that I'll make, go into more detail with later, is the intensity of the program demands that you attend every single class. every single week of the program, because what you've learned the week before will be applied to the following week. And again, I'm not trying to talk people out of a program. It's an intense business education program, but 97% of the people who enter the program get through the program. The outcome, we talked about that briefly. It's you get this strategic and tactical implementation guide for business growth, your 5-year business plan. You will work in concert with a business advisor and with the faculty that we fly in to help shape, hone, and sculpt your 5-year business plan and shepherd you through the entire process to manifest that plan. The program takeaways, I mean, you improve your presentation skills. You understand cash flow better. You have the capacity to attract top talent, which has been very challenging for the last couple of years. Identifying new business opportunities, you strengthen your negotiation tactics, and you can maximize your marketing strategy. This all leads to that 5-year business growth plan. And what do you expect from the program? I mean, well, you have this network of support. You get that one-on-one business advising. You get access to subject matter experts. The peer-based learning is very important in the business growth education process. That you will have, if I'm doing my job right, there'll be 30 to 35 other scholars in this cohort, representing a broad diaspora of businesses and diversity of businesses, where you can drink deeply from the knowledge of those entrepreneurs because they themselves are experts in their field. There could be a restaurateur in our cohort, excuse me. There could be a website designer. There could be a medical practice. There could be an HR consulting firm. There could be a legal firm. There could be childcare centers. And the opportunity to use and bounce ideas off each other in a forum and take advantage of that can help you grow your business. And the networking that's established with your cohort could benefit and grow your business. And alumni services, and I'll talk, that's towards the end of this presentation, which we're coming up on real soon. Utilizing the alumni to expand and grow your business. It's paramount importance that you can take advantage of that. Capital expand. I talked briefly about this earlier. We have the honor of working with Philadelphia's, prime alpha CDFI, the PIDC, the Philadelphia Industrial Development Corporation. A lot of our scholars come through our program. They go to PIDC, and then Marla and her people help in their way to help manifest the motto that we both share: making small big, making small big. Our commitment to you, maybe some of you are wondering, how much does this cost? It doesn't cost you anything. It's for free. It doesn't cost you one thin dime. It does cost you time. That is the commitment. It's a practical curriculum that drives business growth. There's a convenient class schedule. You usually meet 1 day a week. It's all day here at the Community College of Philadelphia's College of Business and Industry from 8 in the morning till about 5 in the afternoon. So you have to have, the scholar has to have the bandwidth to take themselves out of their business for 1 day a week. The skills can be applied immediately. You have access to the local and national alumni network and opportunity to access capital. Your participation is for you to benefit from it. The expectation is you must attend all the learning sessions. Now, I have the schedule for the spring cohort, which I can email you if you give me your contact information, so you can take a look at it and see if this can work for you. And if it doesn't work for you in the spring, I have cohorts in the summer and the fall, but I'm recruiting for spring right now. You should take advantage of all of out-of-class activities. There'll be, you're going to be broken into growth groups when you're in my program, where the small cadre of scholar business owner, they can have a more intimate dynamic where they bounce ideas off each other. You have to have the commitment to want to create jobs and grow revenue. That's what we're here for. That's one of the reasons we ask you that during the interview process. What do you want to do? And the thing that we want to hear you say is we want to generate more revenue and increase jobs. You got to create that 5-year business plan. That is the alpha takeaway from our program, that 5-year plan. And when you're finished the program, we want to know how well you're doing. So 6 months after you graduate, 18 months after you graduate, and 30 months after you graduate, you have to fill out what we call an MNE, a monitoring and evaluation form. It takes about 20 minutes, so it's not that bad getting this free scholarship here at community college at the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program. So we just want to know how you're doing. Fill that out in your grid. Now, about the alumni experience, we have a little over 850 alumni in the Delaware Valley. We have over 18,000 around the entire country. 86% of them do business with each other. I really want that to land. 86% of our alumni do business with each other. It is an outstanding networking opportunity for your business, and it can extend the tendrils of market penetration and branding well outside of the Philadelphia area, if that's what you want to do. We have a platform where alumni can communicate with each other. And again, 86% of them do business with each other. And we've got some real terrific stories here. I believe these are, acolytes of the PIDC that they came through your doors, Marla. Lisa Robinson, who has yet to give me her metrics. I know she's done a lot better. I got to change that slide too. Has done remarkably well. She's grown her business, hired new employees, got new contracts. Erin Riley has had to hire 45 new full-time employees to accommodate her 900% revenue growth. She's become an international business now, or with offices in India and the Philippines. Mark Coleman, who I just saw last week, is a serial entrepreneur. He can't help himself. He's hired 20 new employees, has increased revenue almost 300%, and has won 50 new contracts worth $40 million. And he's been listed in the Philly 100 fastest growing businesses 3 times. So he's a serial fastest growing business entrepreneur too. These are some people a little bit outside our area that have done remarkably well in New York, New Orleans, and Long Beach. These are alumni, part of that 18,000 plus that you could be able to drink from their experience and take advantage of their expertise. Now, like I said, I'm recruiting for the spring cohort, and that's starting on January 17th, goes to April 19th. The application deadline is the 10th, so that's coming up real soon. So put your foot in the door. Now, I believe I put my contact information in the chat, so I'm gonna do that again. I'm the only person named Gideon in this entire building. I'm real easy to track down, and I want to believe I'm generous with my time, and I want to be able to give you some time to answer any questions that you have, because I know I just beat your eardrums up for about 16 minutes. So let me keep my mouth shut and do a little bit of proactive listening. And if you have questions, I'm here to answer them.
I do have one question.
Sure. Hi, Mikhail.
Hi. That was super informative, and I really appreciated it. You definitely answered at least my initial questions that I had that I couldn't really find just skimming through the advertisement. But when you were talking about the expectations from an applicant, and let's say in the positive, someone who is a part of the program, attending all of the classes and the sessions, obviously criteria being owner or co-owner, what would it look like to have somebody else attend for you one night? just
Gotcha.
because Rachel, I'm just looking at like the timing and stuff, and I would love for her to be able to apply, but in the event that she couldn't come, to still meet that expectation of being there and showing up, would it be appropriate to have someone else from the business come in her place for the night? Because that's something that's doable.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Now, I hate to give you the answer that I really wish I didn't have to give you, but I got to give it to you. It's got to be the owner, and it has to be, because they can't have somebody stand, you know, represent them in their place. It has to be that business owner through the entire run. And I know it is very challenging because the business owner, the applicant, the scholar is working in their business. They are. This is their baby, and they want to make sure. And they've been, especially, you know, what you're a big business there, and you've got events, activities, and the idea of taking yourself out of the 1 day a week on a Friday. It's on a Thursday in the summer, by the way, you know, so that might be a little more palatable. But it is unfortunately a demand. It has to be that person. And but that's why I give the schedule out as far in advance as possible, so you can be able to look at that and go, okay, I can make this happen. But unfortunately, I wish I could. I actually had a twin brother who, not me, but a scholar had a twin, tried to say, look, I know there's the intent of the rule here, but could I send my brother? No one would notice it because they're identical twins. And I went, well, too late, man. I noticed it because you told me about it, and I'm afraid. So does she have a twin sister by any chance?
She has a twin brother, and they are co-owners.
Oh,
So that is my follow-up question. When applying, would she apply for just one of them, or because they co-own it, would both apply? What does that
good
look
question.
like?
Another good question. Only one applicant scholar can represent a business. And when we are vetting, we love when you own 100%, but that's not always the case. So a significant ownership percentage is required to be a representative. So you have to have at least a 33.33% ownership stake in the business. Now, we've had people join the program with less than that, but that requires something called a letter of support, where the other owners of that business in writing state that this person will be the representative for this business in the 10KSB program. So if it's a 50-50 split ownership, it's going to have to be one or the other. And again, I can't believe we got lucky with the twin thing there, but it's so it'll be our secret, Michaela, but you know, I'm afraid
They are twins, but they obviously look very different.
Funny,
I don't
man.
think they'd
That's
be
funny.
able to pull that off.
We actually, one of the requirements, the documents that we ask for, is a headshot of the applicant. So when you come in eventually to be interviewed, I want to look at you and go, oh, it's definitely them. But now I'm all paranoid with twins, you know what I mean? So, you know what? I'm sorry, Marla. I'm taking a long walk over here. I apologize, but I'm having a little bit of fun. It was such an intimate affair. I almost wish he didn't tell me. I almost wish he didn't. You see if he can get away with it. He wouldn't have, because we ask questions, and the moment his twin brother, who does nothing with the business, starts to go, you know, I don't know the answer to that. You know, he's caught. So I'm glad we avoided that. But again, answering your question, one representative, and they have to be able to attend all of them. Now, of course, there are force majeure situations where the owner can't make it. Look, and that happens, and that's on a case-by-case basis. The first 3 weeks, you can't miss those. You just can't, because of the intensity of the program. If you don't pick up, those are 3 of the most critically important basis modules that you have to be there in order to really get a good start on your 5-year business plan. After that, it's a bummer if you miss one, but sometimes that happens. But if you miss more than one, what would happen then is like, okay, we're going to pause your status in the program. You can rejoin the program for another upcoming cohort, and you won't miss your, you'll have the opportunity. You have to start over again. But we've had people do that. We've had people do that. So I took a long, it was a real long answer. I'm sorry, but I hope I answered your questions.
No, absolutely, you did, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
I also
Anything
have-
else?
Yes, I
Oh,
do.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, you said it will be in CCP, the one in downtown, the Community College of Philadelphia.
Yep,
And-
at the College of Business and Industry at 18th and Calla Hill. Yes.
Okay, yes, because that was the other one. And also it said it start January 17th to the
Mhm.
19th. What are the days? So that one I miss out.
Oh, it's usually on a Friday. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get, if you please send me your contact information, or I think I have it with the registration. I'll email you the class schedule so you know exactly what the days are. Almost all of them are on a Friday, all day from 8 to 5. There's a couple of weeks there where a faculty that we fly in isn't available on a Friday. So they come in on a Thursday. And then there's the out of classroom schedule where you have, like I spoke briefly about it, your growth group. When we take that 30 to 36 scholars and break you up into more intimate groups of like 5 or 6 scholars each, sometimes on your own, you'll set up like, hey, let's have a Zoom meeting, a happy hour Zoom meeting is to talk about each other's sales plans or growth plans, or, whatever the assignment was. One of the assignments that we give that gets a lot of parlay back and forth with scholars is the being bankable module, where business owners have been bred, for lack of a better word, to not want to try to take out a loan unless it's absolutely necessary. And I get that, neither a borrower or lender be. So we have an exercise where we give you a check for like, $50,000. And then we tell you, what would you do with that $50,000? And, you have all the ideas of what you would do with your business with that $50,000. And then we give you a check for $1 million. What would you do if you had $1 million or 500,000, excuse me, 500. And then what would you do with $1 million? And the point is you figure out all these cool things that you could do to help grow your business, but you can't do it unless you become a more bankable business and have the capacity to be able to get that capital, that investment in the form of a loan, or, that's one of the exercises. So there's a lot of times people, that's where they'll have like a little sub meeting. So that's not on your classroom schedule. That's on a schedule that might happen in the evening or on a weekend. So again, there's a lot of hours in class that you're doing that one day a week, but there's also a lot of other, and you also have an opportunity each week to have like Zoom sessions and meet your business advisor and talk about your plan. That could be an hour here or there. And then you have the faculty that we fly in. They have, faculty hours for you as well. So I know, again, I took a long walk because we have such a small group here, but I want to make sure I give you all the good information. I will send, if you put your email in the chat, I'll send you the schedule and I can have that to you, within 5 minutes after this session's over.
Yeah.
Did I answer your question?
Yes. One last question. I'm sorry, because I was taking notes.
Take as many questions you want. Go. No, please. I'm here.
Would the program help with guide us to with grant?
It would actually. You would have part of the money. Are you your business? It technically is it it's a for-profit or nonprofit?
It's a for-profit.
Good. That's why I just wanted to make sure. We do have nonprofit businesses that take advantage of the program, but there's a special category or phylum of those nonprofits. I just wanted to make sure. But when it comes to a grant, absolutely. In the money and metrics module, you would have an opportunity to discuss, or actually in the sales and marketing module as well, like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. I need to be able to go for this grant. And that I'm willing to bet very good money that if I'm doing my job right curatorially and having a very diverse, collection of entrepreneur in my there may be a grant writer in there who would show you how to do that if that's the knowledge that you need. And there's also, when you speak to your business advisor saying you want to do that, that business advisor would be able to go maybe look at resources that you could use that could help you like prepare and make a proposal for grant opportunities for your business. So one of the beautiful thing about when you go through our program, if part of the metrics of success that you need to grow your business during those 5 years is to get some grant opportunities, that's part of the plan. So you make that part of the curriculum. So you have that opportunity when you have that one-on-one advisement. I want to expand what I'm doing here, get a brick and mortar operation there. I want to have the potential to franchise my businesses in these locations, but I'm looking for also grants at these critical points of the year from these sources. That's when that parlay with your business advisor will lead to fruitful results where they can show you the path to get there and how you can be able to, get to that point where you can do it. Did that answer your question?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
There you go. There you go. Any more questions?
No,
I
I
have
was
one
gonna-
more,
okay, go ahead.
if you have the time. Just
I'll make as much time as you want, Michaela.
thank you. Approximately how big are the class sizes? I think I may have missed how big each cohort would be.
Sure, good question. If I'm doing my job right, and I tend to do my job right, it's between 30. I'm sorry, Marla. I took my sillies this morning. It's between 30 to 35 scholar business owners in one cohort. If I'm doing my job right, that's what we have. I mean, we've had summer tends to have be a more intimate affair because Philadelphia, ladies. I mean, people run to the shore and they go on vacations and they just don't have that time commitment. So it'll dip. So for me to make up for that dip, which is probably in the 20s, I have to have a full 30 to 35, 36 other scholars. So you're going to have 30 to 35 other or 36 scholars in a particular cohort.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Thanks. Anything else?
I think that's all my questions.
Me too.
I'm an Aquarius. No one asked me that, but go. I thought I just, just wanted to say.
If I
I'm
can,
sorry.
if I can add, Gideon,
Please.
this initiative is not theoretical. You'll sit in a class, you'll learn the concept, you'll immediately come back to your office and apply the concept. The best thing that you can do is once you learn the concept, come back to your key employees or maybe even your entire staff and share with them what you just learned. And what we have heard is that when a business owner is in this initiative and is bringing back that information, it has energized the staff. So if you've had a staff that is in a malaise, they've gotten kind of bored, they're not as energetic as they once were, we have heard that knowing that the owner is in this initiative and sharing with the employees, that it has absolutely turned around the culture in the organizations. And where we have seen that is where the companies have experienced the greatest growth. So this isn't something that you should just share, the information that you get and you keep to yourself. A part of it is sharing it with your staff, so the staff understands that you're in this initiative. This is what we learned today, and we're going to try it. And once you try it, it gives a different level of commitment to the employees. That's the feedback that we've gotten from how many alumni are there now, Gideon? Just out of
We're at
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, 854. That's it. Yes. Yes. And if
That's
we're
out of
going to be close to
Philadelphia.
900 in about another 6-7 weeks. Yeah.
So this isn't just you. This is how you receive the concepts and apply the concepts. So if you think about graduate school and having case studies, usually the case studies are a big Fortune 50 company. It might be Coca-Cola, it might be P&G, it might be Kellogg's, Kraft, something like that. In this instance, it is your company that is the case study. So you are studying and analyzing your business during this initiative. So at the end, when you have the growth plan, you have planned out the growth of your company. It's not theoretical, it's applicable. And you don't wait until the end. You start applying the concepts immediately as you learn them. So if you're in class on Friday, you go back to your staff on Monday and say, this is what happened on Friday. And you start to immediately apply it. And what we can almost guarantee you is that you will start to see immediate results. Especially, now one of them is I always enjoy the stories about the negotiations clinic. So Goldman Sachs brings in a highly competent theater who also teaches negotiations at the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, and Goldman flies her all over the country. She comes in and does a workshop on negotiations. And the feedback I've gotten is where business owners anticipated a negotiation for something, whether it's rent, a lease, a contract, after taking this clinic, it totally changed how they were approaching that particular negotiation. And I also have had people say they wondered sometimes, is this program really for me? Because you have to be, so what's the saying? Trust the process. So the first few sessions, you might say, is this really for me? And I've had a couple of, especially men, who have said they wonder, is this really for me after the first few exercises? Because it takes a leap of faith to go through the first few before you really start to see the value. But I think the negotiations clinic comes in around, is it module 3? Is it around module 3?
I'm going to tell you right now, you think I would know that off the top of my head. I'm sorry, but it's right here. It is my, no, actually negotiation is module 7.
Okay. Module 7.
It's actual module 7. That's when you get Moira and she shows up.
But
once you get every dude in that classroom.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. For every man who thought he had the answers and he was smarter than this and he didn't need this, when he got to the negotiations clinic, it was like a game changer. That was the game changer. And so trust the process. That's all I can tell you. I've been in economic development for a long, long, long time here in Philadelphia, and we have never in Philadelphia had anything like this. Never had anything like this. It's not based on who you know. It's based on you, and you have to be able to put yourself to Goldman Sachs that you deserve to be in this program, that you are committed to this program, that you are serious about growing your business. Because if you're serious about growing your business, then Goldman is serious about taking you through the steps to see that that happens. And that's what this program has meant for 800 business owners in Philadelphia. And what's the number now nationwide, Gideon?
Oh, 18,554
18,000,
or something like that. Yeah.
18,000,
I'm going
18,000.
to change my slide, Marla, because yeah, that we shot well above 10,000. We got
So it
way past.
originally obviously was supposed to be 10,000. Goldman
Mhm.
Sachs, 10,000 small businesses. But the
Mhm.
program did so well, and especially coming out of or going into the pandemic and seeing the devastation that happened with businesses as a result of the economic shutdown with the pandemic, Goldman committed to keeping the program alive and working with businesses as they started climbing out of the negative impacts of the pandemic. And so here we are today, year 10 in Philadelphia, when we were only originally slotted for 5 years in
Mhm.
Philadelphia. Goldman made a commitment for 5 years in Philadelphia, and here we are in year 10. And it's just been an amazing ride for these last 10 years. I got to tell you, I remember after year 5, it was breaking my heart to think that this program was going to end. Because you haven't seen anything like it. You just haven't. There's nothing out there like this. There's just nothing out there like this. But we are fortunate in Philadelphia that Goldman continues to trust Philadelphia, to trust that we are promoting this adequately to local business owners, and they continue to keep Philadelphia as one of their sites. And so that's it. That's it for me. Take your
Well,
application seriously.
yeah.
It's a very, very competitive process. The application is not one where you just fill out the blanks, hit submit, and go. That's not it. You're competing against 100 other businesses that are making a compelling argument in their application as to why they deserve to be in this initiative, why this program is so important to your growth. You've grown your business to the best of your ability, and now you need Goldman's help to take you to the next level. And that's what this is. You've got to come open and vulnerable and acknowledging that I'm good at what I do and I run a successful business, but I know it can be better. So this is not for startups. It's not for businesses that are emerging. This is for businesses that are already successful. But they know we could be doing even better than this, but I can't figure out on my own how to make it better. I've invested, I've gone to this workshop, I've gone to that conference, I've talked to this person, and I can't figure out how to make it better. I'm telling you, this is the difference maker. This program makes the difference.
Gosh, Marla, thanks. Well, I think you can do the info session better than I can. You've done so many of these, so
We've been doing it
appreciate
for
your
10
positivity.
years. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
I
been
know.
doing it for
You're on
10
top of your game,
years.
Marla. You know your stuff. You do, and thank you.
Um,
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it, and
I'm
I
here.
appreciate getting to learn Florencia and Mikhail a little bit better. I'll email you the class schedules. So I know we're running close on time here. So Florencia, would you want to put your email in the chat? I can find it with the registration.
Sure, sure. Hold on. I have a quick question. I think like in the beginning you said that oh my God, so with my notes. Okay. You mentioned that so your business cannot be a beginners, and also there gotta be a certain amount of money the business gotta so have to make throughout the years.
Sure,
What was the amount?
I could email those requirements to you with the class schedule, but you have to be in business for 2 years. You have to have made at least $75,000 either year to date or in the most recent fiscal year last year. Yeah, and you have to have a significant percentage of ownership percentage to represent the business. I can email that to you. So I know we're getting close to the last call over here. So if you
What I
can,
want to ask you, what's the average revenue size?
sure. Yeah, average revenue size is 800,000 to 1.2 million. The business has been in business for, at that point, maybe 5 to 6 years. Depends upon the field. And another thing, they have at least 4 to 5 full-time employees, if not more, and a bunch of temps and part-time people too. So
And that's the
it's not,
average, right?
that's the
That's
average.
the average business
Yes.
owner. And a lot of that is because the pace of the program is accelerated. And so you have to have context for the concepts in order for you to grasp and then be able to apply the concepts. So
Yep.
if your business has not yet gone through that growing period, like Gideon was just talking about, if you're not at least $500,000 in revenue, if you have not been in business at least 2 years, if you're still emerging, then our recommendation would be that you apply to the Power Up Your Business program at the community college, which will give you a glimpse
What's
of
the
what
name of
you
it?
Power Up Your Business. And I'll put the link in the chat. But Power Up Your Business it gives you a glimpse of what you can expect with Goldman Sachs, but it's for companies that don't quite meet the eligibility standards for Goldman Sachs. So even though the revenue requirement is at least 75,000, don't let that number make you think that it's going to be okay. I know Gideon can't say that, but I'm going to say that.
Thanks, Marla.
That if your revenue is 75,000, you essentially you haven't done anything yet with your business. So if the average is between 800 to $1 million, and some of the businesses are over $1 million, that's who your growth groups, that's who the other participants are going to be, which means they have a very different experience as an entrepreneur. So if they're managing $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 million businesses, their experience level is very different than a company with the revenue of 75,000. And so keep that in mind. There is no shame in not being eligible yet. What we would encourage is that you apply to Power Up Your Business, which again gives you a glimpse, it gives you a taste of what you can expect in Goldman Sachs. But Goldman Sachs is a very advanced and accelerated program. And we want to make sure when you're in it, you are ready for it, because we want you to apply all of the concepts and principles to your business. And the only way you can do that sometimes is you have to have context for it. If you've not experienced some things in your business, it may not be the right time. That's it for me.
No, you're great. You're speaking the truth, Marla. You're right. You're 100% right. I mean, if you're that $75,000 sole proprietorship, you're swimming with sharks at that point, and it's not fair. Why put you in an environment? I shouldn't say that, but you're right. I have to say that. You're speaking truth. You will be surrounded by people that are almost borderline speaking another language, and it's nothing personal. It's just that you're not there. But Marla's correct. I've had people go to Power Up, learn from Power Up, and then apply what they learned from Power Up, and then take that to 10KSB when they have a little more saddle time with their business. So yeah, that's it. That's true. And that's all I got to say. I know I've took up way too much of your time, but I had too much fun doing it. I enjoy it too much. I'm guilty of that. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, especially to Marla and your team at the PIDC. Look, let's do another 10 years. Thank you so much. All right. And I'll get emails to you both. Okay, promise.
Florencia and Michaela, thank you so much for joining us on today. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know. Gideon's information is in the chat. So,
Yeah.
so make sure you are reaching out to him. I'm also going to give you my email address. And if you have any questions for me, I think I got that right.
Yeah.
Here's my email address. Because we want you to do well. We want you to succeed. We want you to do well. We want you to succeed. So if you have any questions, let me know. I've seen businesses go in. I've seen businesses go in too soon. I've seen businesses go in and be fully committed, and their businesses have just flourished. So the examples that Gideon put up, the 3 businesses that are local are all PIDC clients. And I've had the pleasure of working with them and have seen, I knew how they were doing before they went in,
Yep.
but I've seen the impact after they finish this. And all of them are over $1 million, all of them.
Yeah,
And some of them are in double digits in millions. So some of them are over 10 million now in revenue. But the concepts in this program are simply phenomenal. They're phenomenal, but you have to be ready. You have to be ready. All right. So Michaela and Florencia and Gideon, always a pleasure.
Thank
Our
you
pleasure.
all
Thanks so much. Be safe. Stay healthy and
Very
safe.
Take
informative.
care. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Ciao.